Sometimes we mean a certain thing, but a person gets a completely different interpretation. That's why it's very important when the information is important enough to have them repeat it. Hey, buddy, can you just explain what you heard from your own lens? Because when you confront someone or you give someone a complex task, a lot of the times they will just tell you what you want to hear. They'll remember a few key phrases, right, while their mind is in la la land, and then they'll repeat those key phrases back to you. And from there, they fool you into thinking that they understood your message. But when you say, look, hey, can you just explain to me what you understood? You'll be shocked because a lot of the times they didn't understand it at all. One time I told my virtual assistant, hey, bro, can you post these threads? Each book needs to be different for the week. And he says, yes. And I made the mistake of not having him explain what is the project. So he basically posts a bunch of chapters from the same book. I said, no, bro, I wanted it from different books. So each book is getting promoted. And he's like, oh, okay, my bad. You don't want to do this too much, though. If you're just saying, hey, bro, can you give me some water? And they're like, okay. And you're like, what did I just tell you to do? They'll be like, what the hell is wrong with you, dude? So you don't want to overdo it. But whenever something is important enough, you want to ask them, like, hey, what did you get from what I just said? Can you explain it back to me? And every now and then, if it's really important, you actually want to give them certain thought experiments in regards to this. Let's say you are not comfortable with your partner eating bad food, right? Or bringing bad food into the household because you don't want your kids to be surrounded by that. So you don't want them to bring like bacon, chips, sweets, etc. And you say this, you say that this is very important, and the partner says, sounds good. That's not enough. So you ask, well, what did you get from this? And they say, you said not to bring unhealthy food in front of the kids. And you're like, okay, well, this is still something, but I don't know if she completely understands what I'm talking about. So you give a thought experiment. How about X, Y, and Z? Would you bring these? And she says, well, yeah, I mean, I bring these. You're like, no, you can't bring this because this has hydrogenated oils. I don't want any food like that with hydrogenated oils in the household. Now it's through the thought experiment, you're helping them understand really rather than repeating something back to you. So the thought experiment thing does come in clutch, but you really want to pick and choose your battles, because if you keep giving people thought experiments and you're not allowing them to use their own judgment, eventually what happens is that they view you as a micromanager and you view them as someone who needs micromanaging. You don't trust their judgment. So it's very important that whenever these conversations are big enough, you pick this as the battle that you want to articulate out loud more. And that's when you have them explaining their side to you, and you give them these thought experiments and ask them, well, what do you think?